On September 11, 2001, terrorists hijacked 4 planes. They flew 2 into the Twin Towers in New York, 1 into the Pentagon in Washington, and the 4th one landed in Pennsylvania, missing its targeted place in Washington. The United States Senate passed the Patriot Act very shortly after 9/11.
The Patriot Act allowed United States law enforcement to reinforce ways to catch and prevent terrorist attacks in the United States. The government was allowed access to listen into and monitor phone calls, and search and take Americans' information with no actual reason. Wisconsin Democratic Senator Russell Feingold was the only person in the Senate to vote against the Patriot Act at the time.
United States President George W. Bush signed the act into law on October 26th. Many politicians had very high praise for the Patriot Act. Senator Biden said it allows law enforcement to keep up with the modern technology these terrorists are using. Senator DeWine said it's imperative to provide our law enforcement agencies with the necessary tools to help protect Americans.
Overall, Americans believe this act is a necessary step to keep our country secure. However, there are parts of the bill that did violate freedoms, and they didn't like that. U.S. Senator Russell Feingold made a statement on the Patriot Act.
Cautions were necessary, and I raised them on the Senate floor the day after the attacks. The first caution was that we must continue to respect our Constitution and protect our civil liberties in the wake of the attacks. As the chairman of the Constitution Subcommittee of the Judiciary Committee, I recognize fully that this is a different world with different technologies, different issues, and different threats. Yet we must examine every item that is proposed in response to these events to be sure that we are not rewarding these terrorists and weakening ourselves by giving up the cherished freedoms that they seek to destroy. The second caution I issued was a warning against the mistreatment of Arab Americans and Muslim Americans, South Asians, or others in this country. Already, one day after the attacks, we were beginning to hear some news reports that misguided anger against people of these backgrounds had led to harassment, violence, and even death.
The Patriot Act is an issue that is still debated about today. Current President Barack Obama recently signed the NSA bill renewing the Patriot Act.
However, not all parts of the Patriot Act are still in effect. Some parts expired in 2015. The government can no longer collect data from every phone call sent and received in the U.S. NSA can no longer acquire a person's personal data behind closed doors,